there, Latin 1. So we learned what transitive verbs are. Now we're going to learn their opposites, intransitive, okay? And it's really easy to understand, okay? So as long as you understand what a transitive verb is, takes a direct object, an intransitive verb becomes that much easier because the rule is very simple. An intransitive verb is any verb that does not take a direct object, okay? Not logically, all right? So that's it. So an intransitive verb, IV, is any verb that does not take a direct object. So for instance, if you think about the verb walk, and this is where I always get into some trouble with kids, if you cannot walk a puppy. And I know what you're thinking, yeah, that's actually exactly what we do. We walk dogs. No, we take them on a walk. We take them for a walk. It's just that in English, we've shortened things because it's a living language, so it's constantly developing. But technically, you are not sitting yourself. You are showing yourself to a seat, right? You are not walking a dog. You are taking a dog on a walk, and things like that. So we've compressed our language a bit for good reason. So it's one of those, if you cannot logically do it to a nun or a puppy, then you can call it intransitive. Okay, so here's some examples. The puellae, right? Puellae su barbore sedent. So again, I look at my verb sedent. I notice that it's plural, so I look for my subject first. So I know that it's a verb. I'll come back to it. So I know my subject is plural. Oh, puellae. Now I'm going to come back to the verb. Can I do this to a nun or a puppy? And the answer is no, I cannot. So it's an intransitive verb, which means I don't even have to look for a direct object, which means I'm done. Next one. In horto pueri currunt. Now again, look at your verb, currunt. Oh, okay, that's a verb. That is plural, so my subject must also be plural, pueri. Now I'm going to come back to the verb. Could I run a nun or a puppy? And the answer is no, you cannot. You can create an illegal underground operation in which you trade nuns for puppies. You can be a nun runner, but that's different. Can you take a puppy on a run? Sure, but that's not the same as running a puppy. So it is intransitive, right? So the boys run in the garden. And again, notice word order doesn't matter nearly as much as the endings of words. Now the last one, ambulat ex agris flavia. Ambulat is my verb. Look at it. It's singular, which means my subject must be singular. So Flavia is doing it. Now, can I walk a nun or a puppy? We've already talked about this. You cannot. So Flavia walks, and therefore it's intransitive. Do not confuse transitive and intransitive with active or action verbs and being verbs. That's not quite how it works in Latin. Okay, in English that might be how it works, but in Latin it's transitive versus intransitive. Okay. Now, in the next one, I will tell you about a special kind of intransitive verb, but it will be an intransitive verb. So right now, I'm going to hit the button.